I really haven't found the courage again to have another go at baking ever since the Japanese cotton cheesecake episode. So let's take a little bit of a more simplistic approach and do something that doesn't require the use of an oven. We're gonna go simple today with the dessert. So this is not my can of dark kicking horse coffee, but right here is what I had left in the fridge since last night, and you can see why I did that. These bananas are very much overly ripe. There are lots of different ways that you can make good use of overripe bananas. Baking them into muffins or loaves is a very popular, relatively quick solution, but we already established that I didn't want to go there with the baking. You could also blend overripe bananas into a smoothie, provided that you have some yogurt on hand, which I don't. Plus, I've never made a smoothie before, and I don't think today is the day I'm going to try. What is left now? Well, how about pancakes? Banana-infused pancakes. And not just with bananas, I do have chocolate chips on hand. I've got vanilla. We are all set to go. Here are all of my ingredients laid out. I've already mashed up the two bananas really good. It's very mushy and doesn't look nice at all, but I'm sure the aesthetics will change once it's being cooked up in a batter. Let us start with the egg, actually. That is 1 beaten egg, yolk and whites and everything. Eggs in. 2 tablespoons of margarine. Vegetable oil is fine as an alternative. And I'm doing this to see what the liquid consistency is going to be, and then I'll be able to adjust how much dry flour I will use. That seems blended enough. 1 cup of flour in, sifted. Now I can see why the recipe calls for milk. That's about a cup of milk. I'm going to add my 2 teaspoons of baking powder in now at a very late stage of the game, which is a mistake on my part. I got distracted by all the filming. So it's likely this baking powder isn't going to mix evenly throughout the batter. But hey, how bad can it turn out really? Let's do the 2nd teaspoon. You want 1 tablespoon of sugar. Now this is really messed up. See, what should have happened is the sugar, the baking powder, and the flour was meant to be mixed together as dry ingredients before being blended and stirred in with the wet ingredients. But I've already spilled the milk, so let's see how it turns out. I'm deciding to skip the vanilla. With something like pancake, you'll be adding your own toppings, you know, syrup, icing sugar, jam, what have you, which is already sweet on its own. So I don't see the need to add more sugar on top of that. I've got my chocolate chips here. Let's just haphazardly sprinkle that on. That seems like a lot, doesn't it? Maybe just a little bit more. Can't go wrong with chocolate chips. I'm tempted to do another handful of chocolate chips, but my instinct is telling me that is a no-go zone. See, the chips is going to melt when this gets placed on the stove. And I don't want to overwhelm the pancake with too much chocolate. There is such a thing as having too much of a good thing. Done. The consistency is pretty thick. It's really thick for pancake. I blame that on the banana. All right, here goes something. The pan is already very lightly oiled, so I didn't add any extra on top of that. Based on some friendly advice some more accomplished home chefs have left on the feedback for the person who posted this recipe, I am maintaining the heat on low-medium so the middle will cook through. I've started flipping the pancakes after, I think that was about 10 minutes on one side. It's sticking to the pan a little bit. I guess I didn't have enough oil on it. The light coating was not enough. Whoops. But it smells good. Looks pretty good. This is just my first flip attempt. I have many more to come. This is my second batch in the pan. Flipping attempt number 2. Oh, I'm so curious. Ooh. That is not bad at all. Maybe just a little bit browner than I would normally have. There, that's a good one. That is a proper pancake, that. Third time's a charm. We have all 3 shades here, everybody. We've got a darker pancake, medium one for just right, and the lighter one. Well, that's it. I'm finished. The middle did cook all the way through, so that's perfect. I think I redeemed myself pretty well since the last setback, let's say, that we had for the Japanese cotton cheesecake. So let me bring up one of these to show you. Here is one of the mini banana chocolate chip pancakes that I made. I am going to test try it without putting any jam or maple syrup or other toppings. Let's open it up so you can see the inside. Nice and thick with lots of filling. That would be the banana and chocolate chip filling. It's fresh and hot off the pan, so it carries that little bit of a crunchy outer layer, and inside, scrumptious, light, fluffy. Helps to have the 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I suppose that's how IHOPs and Denny's and your other similar restaurants that serve pancakes make them so fluffy, is with baking powder. And the middle, cooked all the way through to perfection. This is awesome. It's quick to make with ingredients most people will likely have in their pantry. You can do variations with different fruits like cranberries or blueberries, whatever you have on hand, and you evidently can't mess it up, even if you fumble separating the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. And with that, I bid you a good day. Thanks very much for watching. This has been Jackie. Bye!